Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr-Magazine.
We're shooting this video in early June. And how have sales been for you over the last month or so?
Not up to par. Putrid.
There we go. That was the word I was looking for.
Yep.
Word of the week, putrid.
Word of the month.
That is very true. But good friend of the channel, Radio Parts,
Blast from the past,
has come out and said, and it's absolutely true, good stuff sells. And as simple of a statement as that is, it's absolutely true. And it got me thinking about it because you know that there are a couple of sellers that local that I stalk,
sure.
and I see what they're
doesn't?
selling.
Yeah.
And the 1 week, this past week, I had sold 47 items. It was a dismal week. 47 items with almost 20,000 items listed. One of my competitors had gotten into a very good estate sale, and he usually averages about 30 sales a week. Is about where he is, 30, 35, something rather like that. And his average ticket is probably, what would you say, $9, something like
under
that?
10.
Yeah, under 10 of his average ticket. He sold 93 items in 1 week with multiple items over $100. And he just got into some insane estate sale.
Get the right stuff, yeah.
And picked up exactly the right stuff. And I was thinking of this because I got into an estate sale this past week and I didn't get the right stuff for the short term. I got great deal, but all completely long tail stuff. I'll give you a perfect example. To people not from around Rochester, I'll have Mr. Magazine explain what these are. Do you remember the 1930s and 40s Rochester bus passes?
I do, yes.
What are they, or what?
It's like the size of a baseball card, right? And it's just
2 by 3,
whatever the
2
bus is, where it goes, the date,
the
something
date,
like that, yeah.
And then on the right hand side, or the right hand side, there's a little thing on there that will say, go to the Lilac Festival, or Rochester Royal. Back in the
they didn't punch holes in them, did they? With those
No. Rochester Red Wings baseball starts this weekend, or some play or something other like that. I bought a box of them at a sale of 130 of them, 140 of them, 150. I figured 150 of them for $30.
Wow.
So I paid 20 cents a piece. Fast listing, because no back, one scan, front side, change the date, and change whatever it is on the far right side. So, you say the Jewish Community Center.
Yeah.
June 8th, 1938 Jewish Community Center. List June 15th, 1938. The Opera, Carmen. Boom. I literally was listing them in 20 seconds.
Oh, nice.
20 seconds a piece, just boom, boom, boom. But as I'm listing them, I'm saying, this is going to sell in 2028. This is going to sell in 2026, and so on. And that is kind of the flip side of good stuff sells.
Right.
So we're in a slow time right now on selling on eBay.
Yep.
And instead of listing the good stuff that'll sell, I'm listing the longest of the long tail items.
Well, and you expect them not to sell now.
And
whereas if I need money, I got to pay my building, the warehouse, I got to pay my employees. I have to sell those $100 cards for $80 or $70 because I need something coming in. And those are the unique items that aren't plentiful on eBay. So I'm going to find a few buyers that want them. Sure, I might sell them a little less, but at least I'm selling them. Whereas if my Time magazines, my Sports Illustrateds, you might as well put them in pause, archive, and put them in the back corner because there's a million out there. No one wants hardly any of them as it is during the regular time.
It's the best of times.
Right,
yeah.
Exactly. So, that's my thing. Like, I had a friend of mine that stalks me in Pennsylvania. He's like, oh, you're making a killing. Now you're going to give me all the money you owe me. I see all the expensive stuff. I said, well, I used to sell 120 items a day. Now I'm selling 40. And I'm selling, it's less total amount of money than it was when I was selling 120, even though I'm selling a bunch of $100 items, but those 80 items for $12 and $15 and $20 are not there anymore.
Right.
And if I don't sell the higher items and take less, I'm really in trouble because I'm not going to pay my employees. I'm not going to pay the mortgage. So.
Well, the real problem comes in if you list the good stuff at a reasonable price and it doesn't sell. That's when you know you're in real trouble.
Don't keep lowering. Just hold on to it and wait it out.
If you can.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there are some people out there that can't.
Right. But for me, if I pay $10 and it's worth $100 and I got to sell for $60, I'm fine with that. But if I paid $50 and it's worth $100 and I got to sell it for $50 or $60, then it's one of those things where let me just hold. If I can hold on to it, I'd rather hold on to it and try and make something on it, down the road if I can hold it out.
I think the point of this, and again, good stuff sells, is really what it comes down to, is as long as you're not paying good stuff prices and you're not buying on the way up. And by that I mean, during the height of the pandemic, what was a PSA 10 Jordan going for?
Well, before the pandemic, it was $100,000.
Okay.
During the pandemic, at its peak, with auction sites going on, some sold for $1 million. They were $500,000 to $700,000, and some of the big auction houses were actually getting $1 million for them.
And what are they now, roughly?
They're back to $80,000, $100,000.
So
it's like buying stock when it's at its peak, and then you're out. You could lose $1 million, $900,000.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So if you're buying the Jordan 10s on the way up and you're paying $250,000, $400,000 on it, ouch. But if you somehow or other lucked into finding one at a garage sale and went and got it graded, and now all of a sudden it's a 10, you're going to sell it.
Right. Yeah.
It will sell every day of the week.
Right. The problem is it's not a rare card. His rookie in general is not rare. 10s are not rare, compared to other rare cards. There's only 2 in existence or whatever. So, and that's the reason. You should know that going in where, hey, this could turn because there's a lot out there,
It will always sell. I don't think there's any doubt at all about that. If you put a graded 10 up on eBay, or you send it to Heritage or Robert Edwards or any of the other auction houses, it will sell. It will sell today. Mm-hmm. If you could do a time machine and there was such a thing back in the 1930s, it would sell at the height of the Great Depression. It would sell at any point, always. It just will, because it's something good.
Yeah.
That being said, you got to be into it right as well. So that might be the corollary to that is, you don't want to sit there, unless you absolutely need the money, you don't want to sit there and sink crazy money into it and then have to take a loss across the board on all those items.
Right.
I'm sure you or I could sit down and pick out 10 cards that have plummeted in price. And if you bought those right near the height, you're in big trouble. Big trouble out of it. But they still would sell, though.
Right.
It's not like you bought, a box lot of Greg Jeffries rookies.
Hope not.
How many of those you got?
100.
There you go. But again, do keep that in mind when things are slow. If you do want to jumpstart your sales, we've all got death piles sitting around.
True.
Exactly. Go to the death pile and pull some of the better stuff out. It will sell. No matter what, as long as you price it right, it will sell. It may not sell at the top price. If it's $100 to $150, you may not get $150 out of it, but you're going to at least get $90 to $100 out of it.
Sure.
You list a bunch of that, you've jump-started your sales, you've at least got money coming in. So again, that simple 3-word mantra, good stuff sells. Remember, it's absolutely true. And Papergoy stuff doesn't. That's the other 3-word mantra to remember, which tells you Papergoy does not have a lot of good stuff up. He's got a lot of long tail stuff up.
If you hate packing and selling items and shipping them out, just sell what Papergoy sells.
That something? I haven't bought supplies in a long time. So hopefully that helps you some. Again, that is just simple advice, but absolutely true. Grab the best stuff off your death pile and get it listed. It will sell no matter what's going on in the economy. Do hit the like button if you could, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.